అఖిలాండ కోటి బ్రహ్మాండ నాయకుడు, అనంత శక్తి సంపన్నుడు, మహామహిమాన్వితుడు అయిన పరమాత్మకి అనంత కోటి ప్రణామాలు చెల్లిస్తూ, సద్గురు మహర్షి మలయాళ స్వాముల వారికి సహస్రాధికంగా ప్రణామాలు చెల్లిస్తూ, అస్మద్గురుదేవులైన శ్రీ స్వామి రామేశ్వరానందగిరికి సాష్టాంగ ప్రణామం చేస్తూ, ప్రియాత్మ బంధువులారా, ఈరోజు మనం భగవద్గీత 54వ సెషన్కి 53వ సెషన్కి వచ్చాం. సో అది మొదలు పెట్టుకుందాం. టుడే the first question is there any evidence for which day or date the Srimad Bhagavad Gita was written? This is the question somebody has asked. So my answer is, nowhere in the world the birthday of a book is being celebrated except in the case of Bhagavad Gita. Gita Jayanti, as it is called, is celebrated in the Hindu ashrams by devotees on Margashira Shukla Ekadasi to commemorate the birthday of epoch-making revelation of truth, the absolute truth, and nothing but truth of this great Bhagavad Gita, the eternal truth and the everlasting truth, exploding all myths possessed by mankind till then. Lord Krishna revealed this greatest truth on earth to mankind through Arjuna. How fortunate we are as heirs of this great Bhagavad Gita. Hari Om.
హరి ఓం హరి ఓం
హరి ఓం.
వినపడుతుందా?
వినపడుతుంది. ఇందాకటి నుంచి ఫోటో రాలేదు, ఇప్పుడు ఫోటో కూడా వచ్చిందండి, వీడియో కూడా వచ్చింది.
ఇంతకు ముందు రికార్డ్ అయిందా?
అయిందండి, అయింది.
ఓకే. సో is there a book that explains Bhagavad Gita in line with the modern world and ideas? This is the question somebody is asking. So my answer is, apart from English, what other languages you feel comfortable? Because you are asking for a book that is applicable to modern age. Accordingly, I can suggest you. Because most of the English versions, in my view, are done with commercial approach. I may be excused if this hurts anybody. The real sadhakas had spent their lifetime in search of absolute truth, and only very, very few people were gifted by God Almighty. If you read Sloka 7-3, which is given below, you will understand the importance of my statement. Manusyanam sahasreshu kachchijjadati siddhaye yatatamapi siddhanam kachinmam vyetti tattataha. This is Sloka 7-3. Among thousands of men, one perchance tries for perfection, to know the real truth. Even among those successful strivers, only one perchance knows me, that is God, in essence. That is, knows the real truth. This is what God said in Sloka 7-3. And those who attained bliss, to my understanding, had not authored Bhagavad Gita in English. I know one Swami who attained bliss, but whether he authored Bhagavad Gita in English or not, I am not sure. I shall check up and let you know. However, Swami Shivananda Saraswati had authored Bhagavad Gita in English, basic version without elaborate commentary. What I mean by basic version is he just gave the meaning of it, but he did not elaborate by any commentary. However, I have not read it myself. So what extent you can understand by reading it, I do not know. To what extent the book was written with applicability to modern age also, I am not sure. You can try it because you are asking for English version only. God bless you. Next question is, what is written in Srimad Bhagavad Gita about Ganja? Somebody has asked this question. I don't know with what motive he has asked, but I am answering this as under. I am asked to answer as to what did God say about Ganga. In 10-31, God spoke as follows. Pavanah pavatamasmi ramasastra bhrutamaham jhashanam makaraschasmi srotasamasmi jahnavi. This is the sloka 10-31. The meaning of the above sloka is as follows. In those where purity is being imparted, I am the air. In those wielding weapons, I am Sri Ram. In aquatic animals, I am crocodile. And in rivers, I am river Ganga. So I have considered the reference of Ganja is to Ganga. However, if you mean by Ganja anything other than river Ganga, even then, Ganja is God himself, because in 7-7 of Bhagavad Gita, God said, Matta parataram nanya kinchidasti dhananjaya, Maisarvamidam protam sutri maniganaiva. The meaning of this sloka is as follows. O Dhananjaya, there is not even an iota of substance besides me, God, in this world. The entire world is embedded in me, that is God, just as beads in the garland are embedded in the thread running through them. Electric current, though is invisible to our human eyes, we all know that it is the prime driving force for all the electrical appliances. Be it fan, bulb, motor, cooler, heater, etc., etc. Similarly, for everything in this world, God is sustained in them and is sustaining them. So, your Ganja is also God. My dear, I hope I have clarified your doubt. Next question. Is every line written in the Bhagavad Gita true? Somebody has asked this question. Now my answer is, you are asking a question as to whether Bhagavad Gita is true or not. My answer is that Bhagavad Gita is 100%, 200%, 300%, etc., etc., 1000% true. You should not have even an iota of doubt about the veracity and truthfulness of Bhagavad Gita, because God himself said as follows. Gita me ham tishtami, Gita me chottamam gruham, Gita ajnanam upasritya trin lokan palayamyaham. The meaning of the above sloka is as follows. I am residing in Gita. Gita is my best abode. Gita is my best abode. Based on the knowledge contained in Gita, I am ruling all the three worlds.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari Om. When God himself is ruling the entire world based on the knowledge embedded in Gita, can we not rule following the principles of Gita? One country, one state, one district, one mandal, one village, one house? The answer is emphatic yes. That is why I say Bhagavad Gita is the constitution of the entire world. No, it is the constitution of the entire universe. So where is the scope for your doubt whether Bhagavad Gita is true or not? If Bhagavad Gita is not true, then this world itself is not true. Do we subscribe to the view that this world is not true? No. In the same way, we do not subscribe to the view that Bhagavad Gita is untrue. Bhagavad Gita is true by 100%, more than 100%. So, the next question is, what are some of the most beautiful verses from Bhagavad Gita? Somebody has asked this question. The following are some of the most important shlokas selected and listed here. It is very difficult to select important shlokas in Bhagavad Gita because most of them are important. However, I have with great difficulty selected a few. The shlokas are about 80 numbers. Chapter 2, shlokas 14, 15, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, and 68. Chapter 3, shlokas 8, 12, 13, 16, 21, 30, 31, and 32. Chapter 4, shlokas 31, 34, and 38. Chapter 5, shlokas 2, 3, 14, 16, and 17. Chapter 6, shlokas 8 and 29. Chapter 7, shlokas 7 and 24. Chapter 8, shlokas 27. Chapter 9, shlokas 4, 5, 6, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, and 32. Chapter 10, shlokas 4, 5, 41, and 42. Chapter 11, shlokas 52, 53, 54, and 55. Chapter 12, shlokas 13 and 14. Chapter 13, shlokas 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 28, and 31. Chapter 14, shlokas 26. Chapter 15, shloka 11. Chapter 16, shlokas 13, 14, 15, and 16. Chapter 17, shlokas 7 and 28. Chapter 18, shlokas 46, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 56, 62, 64, 65, and 66. I have given an elaborate long answer elsewhere. Those of you who are interested can read my long answer in Zoom session 47. So next question is, who is the author of Gita? My answer is, Pardhaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Graditam Puranam Muninam Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadasadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandhadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. In the shloka, it is very clearly spelled out that the author of Bhagavad Gita is Sage Vyadavyasa. And it is rendered by Lord Narayana himself, that is Lord Narayana in his avatar as Lord Sri Krishna. So the author of Bhagavad Gita is Sage Vyadavyasa. Next question is, I want to read Bhagavad Gita, but I am uncomfortable with complex verses and incomprehensible language. Which version would you suggest for me as a beginner? Somebody has asked this question. My answer is, you are asking for Bhagavad Gita from beginner's point of view and also without the rigor of Sanskrit shlokas. I advise you to read Bhagavad Gita in English written by Shivananda Saraswati Swami, who attained God's grace and also which is close to your objectives. I strongly advise you not to read Bhagavad Gita written by the so-called Pandits and scholars who have only most of the time commercial objectives and they are not gifted by God to give you the correct message of Gita as originally intended in the Bhagavad Gita. Then they try to show their scholarliness by exhibiting good command over language and try to give us excellent details culled out from the various sources to impress on us. This is like well-documented treatise on mango trees, their origin, varieties available, their distribution in different countries and climates, what all byproducts can be made, etc., etc., blah, 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 blah. And ultimately, they will not be able to show you the taste of mango. But only a jnani who obtained God's grace can lead you to the path of reality, which will immensely benefit you throughout in your life. And he will show you the real taste of Bhagavad Gita, which is like nectar. After tasting nectar, do you like to taste anything else? Definitely not. I can assure you that once you make a beginning by reading the above Gita, you will yourself like to see the original with Sanskrit slokas also. The greatness of Gita is such that one would like to know more and more hidden details in Bhagavad Gita. So, good luck and best sojourn with Bhagavad Gita. Next question is, are Bhagavad Gita's teachings opposite to the notion of being passionate about your work? My answer is, being passionate is no bar as long as you control your senses. How can you work without being passionate about your work? Even your wife cannot cook good food for you unless she is passionate about the dish she is preparing for you. Do any of your duty without getting involved in its outcome. You can expect exciting results or money in what you are doing or your work, but don't get flat by contrarian results. You can make sincere and serious effort writing IAS, JEE, that is Joint Entrance Exam, GATE, etc. But don't get either too elated if you get selected or get too much depressed if failed. Take both results with equanimity, as stated in Sloka 2-48. Gracefully accept under all circumstances both good and bad results with equanimity. This is the secret of doing your duty. How to work with the detachment? My answer is, work like a bank manager. As long as you are in bank, think that all the money is yours. While going home, leave everything in the safe vault and go. After giving my answer, I am seeing below somebody raising doubts expressed. I shall try to give to that doubt as below. Of all the yajnas given from 4-25 to 4-31, Daiva yajnam, Brahma yajnam, Indriya samyama yajnam, Shabdadi Vishay nirodha yajnam, Mano nigraha yajnam, Dravya yajnam, Tapo yajnam, Yoga yajnam, Swadhyaya yajnam, Jnana yajnam, Pranayama yajnam, Ahara niyama yajnam. All these yajnas are being done by using sacrificial substances like ghee, til, etc. But best among all these above mentioned yajnas is Jnana yajnam. That is because the aim of all other yajnas given above is to attain jnanam, that is knowledge only. All the above yajnas, that is 12 numbers described above, should be done without expecting any profit or benefit in return, and that too in the name of God, with full devotion and dedication to God. If the devotee does this, the devotee will get Atma Jnanam. Atma Jnanam in turn will lead to liberation and salvation. For this to succeed, to get liberation and salvation, one should take guidance from a good guru, as told by God and as given in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita in Sloka 4-34. So, next question is, which is the best Marathi translated book for Bhagavad Gita? I am given to understand that Jnaneshwari Bhagavad Gita was originally written in Marathi and it is a famous book. I have not read the original as I don't know Marathi. However, I have read its Telugu translation. I must say that the author, Sant Jnaneshwar, was gifted by God to write that Bhagavad Gita. Sant Jnaneshwar is only 19 years old when he wrote Bhagavad Gita, and he attained Jiva Samadhi, breathing his last deliberately and consciously, when he was only 21 years. Sant Jnaneshwar must have been a yoga bhrashta in his previous birth, as given in 6-41 of Bhagavad Gita, and being given below. And so he became a preacher of Bhagavad Gita in his teens, a gifted exponent of the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Praptya punyakrutam lokanushitva shashvati samaha suchinam srimatangehe yoga brashto bhijayate. This is the sloka 6-41. Having attained to the worlds of the righteous and having dwelt there for everlasting years, he who fell from yoga is reborn in the house of the pure and wealthy. Arjuna wishes to know in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita the fate of the aspirant who fails to realize the Supreme in spite of his faith and sincerity. Krishna tells him, that is Arjuna, that the accumulated power of his yogic practices in the previous birth will assure him a better birth in the future with more favorable conditions for sadhana. The aspirant will then be compelled to carry on his yogic practices with greater vigor and faith and will finally achieve God realization. This was what could have happened to Sant Jnaneshwar, because he wrote Bhagavad Gita in his teenagers. So I would strongly advise you to read Jnaneshwari Bhagavad Gita in Marathi to start with. Once you read this, you will know more and read more other Marathi Bhagavad Gitas. Next question is, what are the best books on Bhagavad Gita for beginners with no Sanskrit knowledge? I think many of our brothers are afraid of Sanskrit. I can assure all those fraternity having a fear complex or phobia towards Sanskrit to keep aside that hesitant feeling about understanding of Sanskrit. Why do you need knowledge of Sanskrit to understand Bhagavad Gita? In my opinion, it is not required at all. Please do not understand me if I confront you with the following. Most of us are wearing shoes and sandals, and we are good at buying good pieces of shoes and sandals. How many of us are leather technologists? Do we have to become leather technologists for buying shoes and sandals? Definitely not required. Most of us are using some vehicle or the other in our daily life. To buy a good vehicle, do we have to become automobile experts? Definitely not required. We all dress neatly in various attire suiting our taste. We all select good garments for a variety of occasions. Does this task demand us to become a textile technologist? Definitely not required. We don't need to become a rubber technologist to buy good tires for our automobiles. We don't need to become an electronic expert to buy a good laptop, smartphone, or cell phone. So, to read and understand Bhagavad Gita, why do we require the knowledge of Sanskrit? If you want to specialize or write a treatise or become an expert to compete on national and international platform, then you may endeavor to acquire expertise in the field of your choice, including Sanskrit, to establish your unrivaled supremacy. Otherwise, Sanskrit knowledge is not at all required to understand Bhagavad Gita. Many God-realized souls like Sadguru Sri Maharshi Malayala Swami and Sri Vidya Prakashanandagiri Swami made Bhagavad Gita a household item and handbook in the hands and the lives of people of entire Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. I am sure there are many illuminated, enlightened, God-gifted people in other states of India also, which I am not aware. You may search and follow their writings to get the real taste of Bhagavad Gita. So next question is, I want to read the Bhagavad Gita and the Mahabharata. From where should I start reading? Is the question somebody is asking. The question is that you are interested in reading Mahabharatam and Bhagavad Gita and you want to know how to go about. First, let me congratulate you for your interest in trying to find the hidden treasure in our epics. As you are a beginner, start reading Mahabharata written by Sri C. Rajagopalachari and Bhagavad Gita by Sri Shivananda Saraswati Swami. These two are simple books to beginners to get initiated. But I want to clarify that I have not read myself both the books. However, reckoning with the services rendered by both these two great sons of India, I am unhesitatingly recommending you these two books to you, which I would have recommended to anybody else also. I wish you to make good progress in your endeavor to read these two great epics, and also wish you to find insatiating interest in further enhancing your knowledge in our great epics. Next question is, who told the Bhagavad Gita? That is the question. My answer is, who is the author of Bhagavad Gita? The question is, who is the author of Bhagavad Gita? The answer is, please examine the sloka given below. पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कृतां पुराणमुनिनां मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धतामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणि. From the above sloka, it is very clear that the author of Bhagavad Gita is sage Vyasa. Now, for this answer of mine, there was some downvoting by some people, but I would like to say that according to Oxford Dictionary, the author is one who originated the book or treatised it. In the above Bhagavad Gita sloka, it is very clearly written, Yasena Gradhitam, which means the treatise of Bhagavad Gita was structured according to Chandasu, that is meter, and brought out by sage Vyasa. And the author of Bhagavad Gita, as per dictionary meaning, is sage Vyasa only. However, it was rendered by Lord Sri Krishna himself personally during the Mahabharata wartime. Some people are misrepresenting the matter to downvote my answer, which is unfortunate. By their own downvoting, the Oxford Dictionary meaning of the author does not change. Does it? Next question is there any specific time or way to read Srimad Bhagavad Gita? Somebody is asking. So my answer is, my dear friend, a separate chapter is devoted in Gita for Shraddha, that is chapter 17. So Gita is not an ordinary book to read like a novel. It is as good as God. You must display to Srimad Bhagavad Gita as much respect as you give to God. It is only then it will give you what you want. Gita is like a Kamadhenu, Kalpataru, Chintamani. It can give you anything in life, including self-realization. In Narada Puranam, it is said as follows. Daive tirthe dvije mantre daivajne bheshaje gurau. Yadrishi bhavanayasya siddhir bhavati tadrishi. The meaning of the above sloka is as follows. In Daivam, in Tirtham, in Dvija, in Mantram, in astrologist, in doctor, in Guru, what type of trust you repose, you will get the same type of result, that is corresponding result or result commensurate with your trust you will get. So take bath in early hours, wear fresh washed clothes, sit on a mat with Bhagavad Gita in your hands, first offer pranam to Gitacharya, that is Lord Sri Krishna, and then to Gita Mata, that is Bhagavad Gita, and your own God whom you like, and then study for a fixed time every day regularly. If you want to do Parayanam on a daily basis, please, you can contact me through email so that I can guide you. Next question is, what should a Muslim do if he gets a Bhagavad Gita on his hands to read? My answer is, my dear friend, if a Muslim gets a Gita by chance, he should think that God has given it and read it. If he likes, he can follow it. Gita is not a religious book. Kabir Das was a Muslim by birth, but he worshipped Lord Rama and obtained bliss. God is only one. There are no Muslim gods, Hindu gods, Christian gods separately for each religion. It is all a belief. Truth is only one, my dear. Learned people tell in different ways. Ekam sat vipra bahudha vadanti. That means truth is only one, that is, God is only one. But vipra, learned scholars, they tell in different ways. Bahudha vadanti, they tell in various ways. That does not make God plural. God is singular. See Vidya Prakashananda Swami, when he went to Haridwar to take a holy dip in river Ganga, a Bhagavad Gita came floating near to him. The Gita was decorated with flowers, turmeric and kumkum. He took it as an order from God, and he then onwards dedicated his whole life to the spread of the message of Bhagavad Gita and conducted 108 Gita yajnams. He established an ashram called Sukha Brahmashramam in Srikalahasti in Chittoor district of Andhra Pradesh. He wrote the Bhagavad Gita entitled Gita Makarandam in Telugu, which is later translated into 4 other languages. He also wrote about 35 books in the spiritual field. He belongs to the same Yasastramam Yerpedu Sampradayam to which I and my wife belong. I therefore strongly advise the Muslim friend to read the Bhagavad Gita as an order of God. So next question is, somebody is asking, I am planning to read Bhagavad Gita. I have seen there are so many books available in the market. Which one would you suggest? My answer is, as you have expressed your desire to read Bhagavad Gita in Telugu, I would advise you to read the book written by me. The Bhagavad Gita authored by me is entitled Srimad Bhagavad Gita Mukti Sopanamu Tatparya Sahita Vyakhyaanamu by Dr. Vudde Sivakeshavam. It is available from me. You can directly send your remittance to me. I will post you a copy by registered post. My address and the remittance details are available in my YouTube videos posted in 2021. Please let me know. I would suggest you read from A to Z. Then only you will understand the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Next question is, why is Bhagavad Gita taught via Sanskrit verses when it can be better understood in Kali Yuga if studied as a dialogue or script in any language? Somebody has raised this question. My answer is, my dear friend, why can't we write Bhagavad Gita in dialogue form in prose? This is suggested answer. Many people wrote in many forms, as prose, as poetry, as dialogues, as true translations, as commentary, etc. But you can't bring the original beauty to Bhagavad Gita as it is in its original Sanskrit script form. That is the beauty of God's message. It is said, Padhaya pratiboditam bhagavata narayana swayam yasena gaditam puranam muninam madhye mahabharatam advaitamrita varshinim bhagavatim ashtadasadhyayinim ambatvam anusandhagami Bhagavad Gita bhavadveshinim. Bharatamrita sarvasvam Vishnor Vinustrutam Gita Gangodakam Petva Punarjanmana Vidyate. In the above first sloka, it is said that Bhagavad Gita was taught to Partha, that is Pandava king, by Lord Narayana, by himself personally, that is Narayana Swam. In the above second sloka, it is said that the whole nectar of Bharatam was rendered through the mouth of Lord Vishnu. Bharatamrita sarvasvam Vishnor Vaktara Vinusrutam. From both these two slokas, it is very clear that the celestial song of Bhagavad Gita was rendered through the mouth of God himself personally. So anybody writing other than God does not give that duty, as nobody can do better than God. In fact, Arjuna requested after the war Lord Sri Krishna that he was not able to recollect the full Bhagavad Gita as he heard it under the shadows of war, and so he wanted to hear Bhagavad Gita again. But this Lord Sri Krishna replied, by being in yoga, I taught you Bhagavad Gita then. Even if I want to teach you now, I can't do it because I can't get that concentration again. So anybody attempting to rewrite Bhagavad Gita in prose or poetry or another language cannot equal or be a substitute to the original Sanskrit version of Bhagavad Gita, leave alone excelling the original script. I hope I have answered your question. So the next question is, I am a Muslim and a friend of mine gave me the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. What should I do? This is the question raised by the Muslim friend. My answer is, the question is, your friend gave you Bhagavad Gita. You are in a dilemma as to what to do with it. You need to look at the problem from two angles. One is your friend's angle, and the second is your own angle. Now let us discuss first your friend's view. Let us first look from your friend's angle, because he is the origin of your dilemma. If your friend is highly religious and he is your bosom friend, then there is nothing to suspect about his intentions. He might have thought that Bhagavad Gita is not a religious book, but it dwells about all aspects of human living. My Muslim friend also should get benefited from its contents. If this is your friend's intention, he can read it, and if you like, you can follow it. Now, case 2. Your view, that is, looking from your angle. Having accepted the Bhagavad Gita from your friend, if you are not interested in reading it, say because you like your Muslim tenets very orthodoxically and you don't even like to know about how is Bhagavad Gita and all that, you can go back to your friend and say, sorry, my friend, I am hesitating to read it, and so I am giving back to you. But don't treat Bhagavad Gita as an ordinary book and give it a casual treatment. Respect Bhagavad Gita as a great treatise about this world, its constitution, its running, etc. And also, it is a sacred book for Hindus, just as Quran is for Muslims and Bible is for Christians. Now, third man's point of view, that is case 3. You have got an opportunity to read Bhagavad Gita, unasked for. Take advantage of the opportunity to read and know what it tells, what Bhagavad Gita deals with it. Compare Bhagavad Gita with Quran to know differences, if any, between the two. Examine whether Bhagavad Gita is a religious book. If so, whether it is close to Quran or away from it. This way you will become more secular in your outlook. You can also share your views about Bhagavad Gita with your Hindu friend and tell him about your Quran also. This helps in better understanding of each other. I read in childhood that Akbar, who wrote Din Ilahi, and he exhibited more tolerance about Hinduism, though Akbar was a Muslim. I also read that Nawab's son fell in love with Bhagamati, a Hindu girl. Nawab was living to south of Musi River, while Bhagamati was living to north of Musi River. Every day Nawab's son used to go on a horse with considerable difficulty to see Bhagamati, negotiating the overflowing Musi River. To reduce his son's difficulty, Nawab built the first bridge on Musi River near the present High Court, known as Purana Pul. Later, Hyderabad was also known as Bhagyanagar in honor of Bhagamati. These are instances of true understanding between Hindus and Muslims. We also add to that Hindu-Muslim understanding by taking appropriate action as you deem fit. Okay? So the next question is, do I need to read the Bible if I am a Christian, the Bhagavad Gita if I am a Hindu, or the Quran if I am a Muslim? Somebody has asked this question. My answer is, the question is whether it is necessary to read Bhagavad Gita for a Hindu, Quran for a Muslim, Bible for a Christian. I would say it is essential because you must know about your holy books into which you are born. It is just like knowing about your father, mother, grandfather, great-grandfather, grandmother, great-grandmother, and so on. If you don't know about your own family's history, who else will be interested in knowing? What will you tell your grandchildren about your family history if you yourself don't know? If we read about our holy books, we can know about our own dharma and how to redeem our lives. Human life is a unique gift given by God, unlike other living beings. For example, only humans speak and they have a language. Only humans cook food and eat. All other living beings eat it in raw form itself. Only humans have vertical vertebrae, while animals have horizontal vertebrae. Only humans are the most intelligent creation of God. Only humans can bend nature to suit him or her and make their life comfortable. Only humans can go to heaven or hell or attain Godhead by practice, penance, etc. If humans also waste their lifetime only for eating, begetting progeny and dying when time comes, then there is no difference between animal life and human life. Human life is the crown creation of all creations of God. To know how human life is different from animal life and what is the purpose of human life, we must read our respective religious books. It is said that we get this human form after 83,99,999 births of different forms of living creatures. This 84th lakh birth in human form is a very, very special, and we should all know what is this birth or death cycle. Why is it going like this? How to cry a halt to it? If we don't cry a halt to it, what happened? Who are we? From where did we come from? Before being born, we are in the invisible form, and after death, we are again going to invisible form. Only between, that is after death and before death only, we physically appear as a body. The body is being burnt and being buried after death. Is that the end of our story? Like this, for many questions we get answers by reading our religious or holy books. So we should all read our respective religious books compulsorily. If time permits, we must read religious books of other religions also. Then only we can understand the purpose of human life. How to respect fellow beings, how to tolerate others, though they hold a diametrically opposite view from our views, how to respect society, etc., etc. So we must all read our holy books compulsorily. Not only that you read your religious books, but make sure that your children also read them to know about the religion into which you and your children are born. Reading about one's own religion is a must. Read others' religion if time permits. Next question is, where can I study the Bhagavad Gita in Bangalore? And if it is it taught in Sanskrit or in Hindi? Is the question somebody is asking? Now, the fact that you want to study Bhagavad Gita means with what purpose? Number one, is it to understand or to do research or to practice, or what is the main aim behind the project? Number two, if you are a beginner, just want to understand, then start with Sri Sivananda Saraswati Swami's Bhagavad Gita. Number three, after getting elementary understanding of Bhagavad Gita, you can read Gita Makarandam by Sri Vidya Prakashanandagiri, translated to English from Telugu. Number four, it is always better to read originals and avoid translations. The best books are those written by people who are gifted by God, or God gifted. Most of them are not available in English. Number 5, avoid Bhagavad Gita written by pundits and scholars, and they can't give you correct direction, as they themselves do not know the correct direction. Point number 6, it is only for research. If it is only for research, you can read and refer from anybody, more the merrier. Point number 7, if it is for practicing Bhagavad Gita, then catch hold of a good guru who obtained God's bliss and practice under his or her guidance. Point number 8, if your reasons are for other purposes, please address specifically your purpose and reply can be given accordingly. Point number 9, as you're asking for Bangalore specifically, you can try some good spiritual libraries for resources of Bhagavad Gita. The next question is, what are some works I might enjoy reading after the Bhagavad Gita? My answer is, after reading Bhagavad Gita, you will definitely enjoy reading Yoga Vasistam. This is a very voluminous book. Sage Vasishtha teaches Lord Rama about Vedantam in this wonderful book. Read, enjoy, and get your Bhagavad Gita knowledge locked in you through Yoga Vasistam. God bless you. After answering the main question, I am seeing something more being raised. If you understand Bhagavad Gita, first change in you will be to treat everybody in society with love and affection. You would love to do service to society. You will enjoy giving in charity. You will start respecting everybody in society, irrespective of their family or professional background. These are the things that you will enjoy after reading the Bhagavad Gita. Now, next question is, what does Bhagavad Gita say about passion? Now, my answer is, you are asking the opinion of Bhagavad Gita on passion. Bhagavad Gita does not prevent you from marrying and leading a married life with your spouse, husband or wife. However, Bhagavad Gita prevents you from practicing illegitimacy and to have illegitimate relations with anybody. Illegitimacy is considered a heinous crime as per Bhagavad Gita. But with your own spouse, you can have all passions as per the wish and desire of your spouse. God said in Shloka 7-11 as follows, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshaba. Its meaning is as follows, I, God, am the desire myself which is not illegitimate. That means as long as you are not violating the code of conduct as prescribed by scriptures and dharma, to have legitimate desires, demands, including those pertaining to passion, and to get your desires fulfilled through your legal wife or husband are permitted. Nothing wrong in that. I hope I have made the point clear that Bhagavad Gita does not prevent you from having passion with your legal spouse. Next question is, what does the Bhagavad Gita say about poor people? Should we help the ones who beg even if they are physically fit? Now, answer is, you are not supposed to encourage laziness by giving alms to able-bodied and other professional beggars. Give to less privileged, disabled, and deserving people. If somebody who is hungry asks you for bread to satiate his or her hunger, you can give to anybody, irrespective of age, ability, race, religion, etc., without even the slightest discretion or discrimination. You must use in other cases your discretion before doling out, whether the beggar is genuinely deserving or not. We can, we should, we must give in charity. Food, that is Annadanam, money, clothes, that is Vastradanam, bride, Kanyadanam, education, Vidyadanam, Jnanam, Jnanadanam, service, Seva, land, Bhudanam, cow, Godanam, etc. are various charities that can be given. We should give charity without expecting anything in return for us. Such a charity is the best, but we should not give charity for something in return in our own name and fame or for our ego satisfaction, etc. Read Bhagavad Gita slokas 17-20 to 17-22 for details. regarding the place where to give, second, the time when to give, and third, the person to whom charity could be doled out. So, दातव्यमिति यद्दानं दीयतेनुपकारिणे देशे काले च पात्रे च तद्दानं सात्विकं श्रुतं. This is 17-20. Meaning of the above sloka is, the gift which is given to one who does nothing in return, knowing it to be a duty to give in a fit place and time to a worthy person, that gift is held to be sattvic. Now next 17-21. यत्तु प्रत्युपकारार्थं फलमुद्दिश्य वा पुनः दीयते च परिक्लिष्टं तद्दानं राजसं स्मृतम्. Meaning of the above sloka is, and that gift which is made with a view to receive something in return or looking for a reward or given reluctantly is said to be rajasic. That is the meaning of sloka 17-21. Next sloka is 17-22. Adeshakale yaddanam apatrebhyatadiyate asatकृतम avajnanam tattamsam udahurdam. That is 17-22. Meaning of the above sloka 17-22 is, the gift which is given at the wrong place and time to unworthy person without respect or with insult is declared to be tamasic. Now I am giving a little commentary on this. At the wrong place and time, at a place which is not holy, where religious people and beggars assemble, where wealth acquired through illegal means such as gambling and theft is distributed to gamblers, singers, fools, rogues, women of evil reputation, wealth that is distributed at an inauspicious time is not encouraged. This does not discourage the giving of alms to the poor and suffering. So next question is, how can I get the slokas of Bhagavad Gita in a simple way for better understanding? They are asking what to do for better understanding of Sanskrit slokas. Now my answer is, buy a small Gita, basic version, for rupees 10 or 20 from any Ramakrishna Matam. It is available in English and Hindi scripts. This will help you in its easy handling and reading its comprehension. I suggest you to break, that is, split the samyukta shabdas into simple shabdas. This will help you for easy and better understanding. I am giving a few examples for guidance along with the sloka numbers in brackets. For example, sloka 1-10, that means first chapter, 10th sloka of the Bhagavad Gita. Aparyaptam, as apari plus aptam. Tridam, 2 plus idam. Karma eva, karmani plus eva. Havash, hai plus avash. Avyaktadini, avyakta plus adini. Vidamye, विध्येत्मा, विधये प्लस आत्मा. तस्माद् योगाय, तस्मात् plus O. I have confused you. I think I am not telling the slokas. I will repeat. Karma eva, that is 2-47. That is karmani plus eva. Sloka 3-5. Havasha, as hai plus avash. Sloka 2-28. Avyaktadini, as avyakta plus adini. 2-64. Vidheyatma, videya plus atma. 2-50. Tasmad yogaya, tasmat plus yogaya. 6-13. Dharan achalam, dhara yan plus achalam. Sloka 9-15. Vishwato mukham, as Vishwat plus mukham. Now 11-31. Namostu, namak plus astu. So like that, if you split, you will understand. I hope Now you should be able to handle them better. If you keep concentrating about an hour or two per day, you should be able to come to grips with the Bhagavad Gita. Now, next question is, what practices and yoga does Krishna recommend in the Gita? My answer is, you are asking what yoga practices Lord Krishna teach in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna taught in Bhagavad Gita mainly the following 4 yogas. Karma yoga, that is duty. Second, bhakti yoga, that is devotion. Third, jnana yoga, that is knowledge. And fourth, dhyana yoga, that is meditation. Depending on one's convenience, one can practice a yoga of his or her choice. All 4 yogas lead to the same goal. Some people say a 5th yoga also is taught by Lord Krishna, that is karma sannyasa yoga. However, I consider only 4 because the 5th one comes under the 4th category itself. According to Lord Sri Krishna, sannyasam means not wearing saffron robes, sitting in secluded places, growing beard, wielding dandam and kamandalam, etc. But to mentally renounce everything in life and not physically appearing as renouncing. I hope I have given you answer in a nutshell. If you have any further doubts, I can elaborate. Now, next question is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. How practical is Bhagavad Gita? My answer is Lord Krishna himself has given answer to this question in slokas 7-2 and 9-1 of the Bhagavad Gita. Lord says, Jnanam teham savijnanavidam vaksham yaseshataha. That is 7-2. Jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase subha. That is 9-1. Jnanam means theoretical knowledge and vijnanam means practical knowledge. The relevant slokas and their meaning are as follows. Sloka 7-2 of the Bhagavad Gita says, Jnanam teham savijnanamidam vaksham yaseshataha yajnatva neha bhuyonya jnatavyam avasishyate. That is 7-2. Meaning is, I shall declare to thee in full this knowledge combined with the direct realization, after knowing which nothing more here remains to be known. Now sloka 9-01 of the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyam yanasujave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatva mokshase subhat. That is 9-1. Meaning is, the Blessed Lord said, I shall now declare to thee who does not cavil the greatest secret, the knowledge combined with experience, self-realization. Having known this, thou shalt be free from evil. I hope I have answered your question. Now, I think I will cover one more question before concluding for the day. Question is it true that the Hindu scripture Bhagavad Gita was the main source of inspiration for Einstein in inventing relativity? My answer is, well, I am not aware of about Einstein keeping Bhagavad Gita with him, but I wondered about so many other scientists who were highly spiritual, like Surya Bhagavantam. He was one scientific advisor to the Minister of Defense, India, and Nobel laureate Ernst, Dr. Radhakrishnan, ISRO chairman, etc. Now coming to my own case and having myself read Bhagavad Gita once, I became its fan and has been practicing Bhagavad Gita since 1988. I am a scientist by profession, having done my BTech from NIT Warangal, MS from IIT Madras, and PhD from ISC Bangalore in metallurgical engineering, and having served DRDO for 37.5 years, and having taken to the practice of Bhagavad Gita along with my wife, Srimati Budde Lakshmi Prabhavati. And we both have been blessed by God Almighty with Jivan Mukti. And we have authored the Bhagavad Gita entitled Srimad Bhagavad Gita Mukti Sopanamu Tatpara Seta Vyakyanamu by Dr. Budde Shivakesham in Telugu in the year 2011. I personally feel every educated person should read Bhagavad Gita at least to understand what it contains. According to me, there is nothing in this world that Bhagavad Gita does not contain. And people who have taken to Bhagavad Gita in life will surely go into the inner orbits of God. To support my opinion, God himself has said in the Varaha Puranam that he is running this world based on the knowledge enshrined in the Bhagavad Gita. So I feel as a scientist that the Bhagavad Gita is the world's constitution based on which God is running this world. Bhagavad Gita was the main inspiration for Mahatma Gandhi, who earned independence to India after the Britishers ruled India for 200 long years too. That too without shedding a single drop of blood, in accordance with the principles of ahimsa enshrined in the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita had inspired many in the past, is inspiring many even in the scientific field presently, and would inspire the whole world community in the future, and would become inspirational in forging world unity by making the whole world as a monolithic religious community to make the world a prosperous and happy world. I am envisaging that one day the whole world would be Hindu. I am declaring this. All religions will merge into Hinduism. Hari Om. So with this, I will stop for today. Om. यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं चेद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव परमेश नमोऽस्तु ते हरिः ओम तत्सत्.
చాలా బాగా వచ్చిందండి, అంతా చాలా బాగా వచ్చింది.
వెరీ గుడ్.
నేను అలాగే స్ప్లిట్ చేసుకొని చదువుతానండి, అప్పుడే బాగా అర్థమయ్యేది గీత. నాకు అప్పుడే అనిపించింది అసలు ఇంత ఇంత ఎలా రాయగలిగారు పరమాత్మ, అసలు ఇంత ఎక్కడ చదువుకున్నారు అని.
ఈ కాంపోజిట్ వర్డ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా,
అవును అవును,
స్ప్లిట్ చేసుకుంటే మనకి తేలిగ్గా అర్థమైపోతుంది.
అవును అవునండి.
హరి ఓం.
హరి ఓం. సరే అండి.
ఇంకేంటి?
అదే అండి, నేను మంత్ర జపం అనేది అంటే అది ఏకాగ్రత కుదరటం ఫ్రమ్ దట్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ ఐ వాజ్ ఆస్కింగ్ అని. అంటే ఇది మంత్ర జపం అంతర్ముఖంగా చేస్తూ ఉంటే ఏకాగ్రత అంత సఖ్యంగా కుదురుతున్నట్టు అనిపించట్లేదు, మైండ్ పరిపరి విధాలు పోతుంది.
నువ్వు ట్రై చేయాలి, అది దానికి అది ఇట్ ఈస్ ప్రాక్టికల్ సైన్స్, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ థియరిటికల్ సైన్స్.
అవును అవును.
ఓకే, ప్రాక్టికల్ చేసినప్పుడే అది వస్తుంది, కానీ అది థియరీ అని ఎంత చెప్పినా అది నీకు రాదు.
సరే అండి.
ఓకే.
ఓకే.